Tropical Storm Tino was heading straight for Siargao Island. I decided to stay and document what happens when a storm hits this resilient island community. Most stories you hear about typhoons start with the destruction. They open on the aftermath, the chaos, the loss, the dramatic headlines. This one doesn't. This story begins with a quiet warning, a change in the salty air, and the steady, unbreakable spirit of an island preparing for a storm. This is the story of what happens before the news cameras arrive. It isn't about the storm itself.
It's about the calm, grounded strength of the community that faces it.
The news came the way it often does here, not with a screaming siren, but as a murmur that rippled through the community. A tropical storm was gathering steam, its path aimed straight for Siargao. In the streets of General Luna, the island's tourist hub, the change was subtle at first. The lines at the grocery stores got longer, sure, but the conversations inside were calm. People weren't just grabbing things for themselves. They were talking to their neighbors, asking, "What do you need? Are you okay?" I watched fishermen, men whose entire lives are tied to the sea, pull their colorful boats far inland.
This is the island hopping center. Normally there's a lot of tourists and boats here, but they've all been moved to Secret Beach. It's a safer harbor to wait out the storm, so they'll be better off out there.
I saw shop owners who weren't just boarding up their own windows, but were helping the elderly woman next door board up hers too. The air was thick with humidity, yes, but it was also thick with a sense of shared responsibility. This wasn't denial. It was a deep collective understanding of what might be coming, of an understanding born from generations of living on an island exposed to the raw power of the Pacific.
You may or may not know, in Mexico, I faced a Cat 4 hurricane, and I was in the small, tiny town of El Tuito, Mexico, stuck there for 4 days without power or internet. I couldn't contact family, and I just don't want to do that again. I didn't want to stay in Datu because I know Barangay Datu is a long way from General Luna. So I came down to General Luna tonight, and I'm going to try and spend a night here in General Luna somewhere. I don't have a hotel room until tomorrow night here, but we'll see where I go, and not too worried. Like I said, the people are, it's generally calm. There's a lot of people at the Tag Grocery Mart though. So I was just in the Tag Grocery store here. The lineup is insane, so I gave up. I was just gonna buy some water to drink, but it's crazy. It goes all the way around the store, and it is nuts. I'm not gonna wait in line that long for water. Maybe I'll regret this. I have too much anxiety. I cannot shop there. So maybe I'll find a little corner store, a little sorry store they call them here, and maybe I'll find some water there. All I want is some water. All right guys, I found a place to stay tonight. I am gonna just book an Airbnb. It's $27 Canadian, so it's not gonna break the bank. So I'm just at Dos Siargao, and I'm having a San Mig light. I'm just gonna unwind here before I go to my Airbnb and check in. It's all self-check-in, so I should be able to just go there and punch in some numbers and get in, I'm hoping. Okay, so I'm just gonna go find my homestay now. Let's go. It's not far, it's 3 minutes from here. I'm on Tourism Road in Siargao, so it's in a busy location, but tonight it's pretty quiet. I mean, this road is usually really busy. So I think because of the impending typhoon, it's maybe a little quieter tonight. All right, so I'm here. I have booked a room at the Kazikaz homestay. So now that I'm settled, I'm gonna go for some dinner. I haven't eaten since 6 a.m. when I was watching the sunrise. I'm kind of hungry. So what did that alert just say?
2.3 waves in the sea.
It's all the waves in the sea? Yeah. And like, don't go island hopping right now, of course. Okay. So she said the bulletin also said that the typhoon's not expected to hit Siargao until tomorrow afternoon sometime, not tonight. So I would have been okay in Datu, but I still felt safer coming to GL. And being near people, I know they'll put the power back on first here before Datu, so I was a little bit more comfortable coming here. And I got their last crust, their last dough, they said, at Amia's Pizza. So I'm the lucky one. Hopefully I'll bring that luck to Siargao. So the wind is starting to pick up. It's starting to rain a little harder. And the locals are all closing their storefronts and restaurants. You should have some food and drinking water on hand. The power is likely to go out, and they'll have no means of getting money, cash out from the ATM. But the important thing is to stay calm and stay safe and help each other, help the others in need. As the forecast grew more serious, my homestay host needed a few more hours to prepare my room for the storm. My friend suggested that I shelter at Barangay Hall 3 in the heart of General Luna. It was there in that temporary shelter that I finally started to understand a word I've heard a couple of times, magtinapangay.
There's no perfect English translation for magtinapangay. It's this Filipino spirit of communal unity, of helping each other without ever expecting anything in return. It's a concept that can almost feel mythical in our individualistic world.
I see the kindness of human nature everywhere on this island now. People are helping their neighbors, reaching out. I witnessed like a person just handing money to another person while they were driving along the highway. I don't know if they knew each other, but the guy on the motorcycle reached out to a woman riding a tuk-tuk and just handed her 100 pesos. Things like that. I see people handing food to children, and these are local people helping local people mostly. But we can all do our part. I'm just gonna wait in Barangay Hall here, Poblacion 3, until my Airbnb is ready. The room's just not quite ready for me yet. My new friend Yeti offered me a shirt because all I had was my bikini and all the clothes I just dropped them at the Airbnb. So, salamat karajao, Yeti.
The hours I spent at the Barangay Hall from around noon to 3 p.m. were surprisingly peaceful. Others taking shelter there told stories of past typhoons, not with fear, but a kind of resilient humor. They talked about the legendary Super Typhoon Rai in 2021, the storm locally known as Odette that became the benchmark for all others in Siargao. Their voices were steady, a human anchor in the growing chaos. As an outsider, I figured I'd just be waiting from the sidelines. But that's not how magtinapangay works. A young couple with a small child didn't just give me a place to wait. They shared their food and checked on my supplies, making sure I was ready. By late afternoon, I was back in my homestay, alone, waiting for the night.
Well, I am inside the Airbnb. Thank goodness.
Even though they were still securing things in their own houses, Flo and Carlos hustled to get my room ready for me. And it was just in time. The storm hit after dark. The wind started as a whisper, then grew into a howl that seemed to wrap itself around my small loft. Well, the power just went out, so the storm actually doesn't seem too bad. It's raining, and so I do expect some flooding. I wonder what the streets are going to look like in the morning. But as for the wind, like, it's not like the hurricane that I experienced in Mexico. It's not going to rip the roof off anything. At least not now. There was a 3.2 magnitude earthquake just east of General Luna at, probably an hour ago. And so I wonder if that changed the path of the typhoon a little bit. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. I don't know. But it seems to be heading a little bit more northward now, further north. And it's going to miss Siargao Island almost entirely. So that's a great thing. And I'm still hoping the best for the people in Cebu and Dingagat and the islands that it's going to hit the strongest. Hoping for the best for them. The strength I saw wasn't about fighting the storm, but about facing it together with grace and support. That resilience is part of daily life here, supported year-round by local organizations that are the backbone of the community's preparedness and recovery. After seeing their work firsthand, I've linked to some of these incredible local groups below. Supporting them is one of the most direct ways to help the enduring spirit of Siargao.
I think the storm's passed. There's hardly a stitch of wind in the air. You can see like the branches on the trees are hardly moving. There is a little destruction here in my little villa. The wind's got up, but not too bad. I think the top wind speed here was about 70 or 80 kilometers an hour in General Luna. So hopefully everyone's okay, everyone's safe, and we can start the rebuilding process. I'm gonna go get some rest though. It's been a day.
Morning brought a pale gray light.
So it's 6 a.m. 6 a.m. here in General Luna. Things do not look too bad. I think we avoided the worst of it. It's going more north towards Cebu today, and people are just cleaning up. We have no power on the island. I can't seem to get a signal. Our generator's not running at my compound either, so probably out of gas, I'm thinking. He said we have enough gas to last 20 hours, so I probably will be without Starlink for a little bit until we get some gasoline in that generator, but overall I think we dodged a bullet.
In the days that followed, I watched the community rebuild itself from the ground up. I saw people whose own homes were damaged helping others whose needs were greater. I saw food being shared and resources pooled. This is a story that often gets lost. After major storms like Typhoon Odette in 2021, which devastated the island, but also showcased this incredible community-led recovery.
The news will show you the broken palm trees, but it won't show you the dozens of hands that come together to clear them. They'll tell you about the force of the wind, but not the strength of the spirit that endures it. They'll show you a damaged building, but they won't introduce you to the family already laughing together as they figure out how to rebuild it, even stronger this time. The resilience of Siargao isn't just a reaction to disaster, it's a way of life. I came to Siargao looking for paradise, and I found it. But it wasn't just in the world-class waves or the picture-perfect beaches. I found it in the kindness of strangers, in the solidarity of community, and in the resilient smiles of the people who really know how to rebuild. The real force of nature on this island isn't the typhoons, it's the strength of its people. Their spirit is something. Their spirit is something I'll carry with me long after I've left these shores. I don't know why it's making me emotional.
Thank you to the people of Siargao for showing me what true strength and hospitality look like. I'm spending the next few months here on this island, documenting more stories of this incredible culture before continuing my journey through Southeast Asia.
So, I'm signing off. I hope you've enjoyed this adventure. If you did, smash the like, hit subscribe if you're not already, and until next time, happy trekking.